Resin printing can be finicky, dialing in exposure settings, re-leveling the bed, babysitting resin levels, and dealing with failed prints. It's part of the hobby for a lot of us. But the HeyGears UltraCraft Reflex is a printer that's trying to eliminate all of that. It has automatic bed leveling, auto resin filling, AI-assisted peeling force management, and a 385 nanometer light source that sets it apart from virtually every other desktop resin printer on the market. But should the UltraCraft Reflex be your next resin printer? Welcome back to Hoffman Engineering. I've been using the HeyGears Reflex for the past month, and there's a lot to talk about. So pour in some resin and let's get into it. But before we begin, this UltraCraft Reflex was provided for me to review by HeyGears. As with all of my reviews, they aren't paying me for this review, and everything I say is my own honest opinion after using this 3D printer for the last month. My videos do have affiliate links in the description, so if you're interested in anything you see in any of my videos, from printers, materials, or accessories, you can use those links for the latest discount codes. You can save yourself some money and help support our channel. We appreciate it. The HeyGears UltraCraft Reflex is a resin-based MSLA 3D printer. Resin printers use light to cure photosensitive resin layer by layer, producing extremely detailed 3D prints. You may have seen my recent review of the Reflex RS Turbo. This original Reflex shares some of the same build quality and ecosystem, but with some key hardware differences that I'll break down later in the video. HeyGears sells the Reflex either by itself or as the Reflex combo with the wash and cure stations included. HeyGears also sells the optional pulsing release module, which we'll talk about later. One of the standout features of the Reflex is its light source. Unlike most consumer resin printers that use a 405 nanometer UV light source, the Reflex uses a 385 nanometer wavelength with a COB or chip-on-board LED light source paired with a free-form surface lens. HeyGears claims that this combination delivers light uniformity of 94% or greater, with a draft angle of less than 2 degrees. This means that the UV light is very well collimated, hitting the resin almost straight on rather than at an angle. So why does a shorter wavelength matter? Inside every bottle of resin are chemicals called photoinitiators, molecules that absorb the UV light and kick off a curing reaction. Many high-performance photoinitiators have their peak absorption in the 380 to 400 nanometer range. So by using a 385 nanometer light source, the Reflex is hitting closer to that absorption sweet spot, which means that each layer cures faster and more completely. That's where HeyGears gets their claim of up to 1.5 times faster print speeds. There's also a precision benefit. The shorter wavelength has less depth penetration into the resin, which reduces overcure between layers and gives you tighter control over the fine details. Now there is a trade-off. LCD screens absorb more light at shorter wavelengths, so they degrade slightly faster, and the optics are more expensive. But the payoff is better curing performance and compatibility with a wider range of advanced resins, including ABS-like, nylon-like, and elastic materials that typical 405 nanometer printers might struggle with. The Reflex features a 6K mono LCD screen with a resolution of 5760 by 3600 pixels. The screen size is 192 by 121 millimeters, which gives it a native XY pixel size of 33 microns. HeyGears also specifies an overall accuracy of plus or minus 16 microns. That's a respectable resolution that, combined with the light source and HeyGears anti-aliasing algorithms, enables some seriously fine details. The screen is also pre-calibrated from the factory to ensure light uniformity of 90% across the entire build plate, so you should get consistent results regardless of where parts are positioned. In testing that light uniformity, I am impressed. The Reflex screen is very consistent with almost no variation visible. Compare this to some other resin printers that I've tested recently, and the Reflex is the clear winner in terms of light uniformity. HeyGears also has a feature that they call automatic light intensity compensation. The printer tests and records light source aging data over time and automatically compensates so that print quality stays consistent throughout the printer's entire lifecycle. That's a thoughtful feature for anyone doing production work that needs reliability over the long term. The build volume of the Reflex is 192 millimeters by 121 millimeters by 220 millimeters tall. The overall machine dimensions are 400 by 420 by 572 millimeters, and it weighs 25 kilograms, so this is a solidly built machine. Connectivity options includes USB, Wi-Fi, and Ethernet. The printer has a dark hood that lifts up to reveal the build area and resin vat. There's a 5-inch touchscreen on the front for controlling the printer. The touchscreen is large, responsive, and it even works with nitrile gloves. It is easy to navigate through the menus, and all of the maintenance features walk you through the processes step by step. The Reflex comes with a perforated steel build platform. Those perforations improve adhesion and extend the life of the platform compared to solid plates. The perforations do allow resin to cure inside of them, so any part directly touching the plates will have dots covering the surface. That's generally not a problem though, as you would normally be printing parts on rafts with supports, so the disposable raft layer will get the mark. The build platform uses a single locking lever to secure it to the main axis. Installation is straightforward. You keep the locking lever raised, slide the platform along the rail, push it to the back, lock the lever down, and close the hood. There are even convenient drain rails that allow you to slide in the build plate at an angle to allow excess resin to drop off. That's a great quality of life feature. The perforations are also convenient spots to get your scraper in under the resin, so while the prints adhered perfectly to the build plate, it was also easy to scrape the parts off afterwards. After a month of testing, my build plate looks no worse for wear. There are no damage or scrape marks. I think this bed will last for a long time. The Reflex uses a C5 grade industrial ball screw for its Z-axis. HeyGears reports a repeated positioning accuracy of plus or minus 2 microns. That level of precision means that each layer is placed extremely consistently, which helps eliminate visible layer lines and ensures dimensional accuracy. Most of HeyGears printer profiles default to 50 micron layer heights, although some resins do have 30 microns as well for extra resolution. The Reflex has high sensitivity force sensors with 0.1 Newton accuracy built into the print arm, and they handle several jobs. First is automatic bed leveling. HeyGears calls it a floating screen structure. Before each print, it can automatically correct build plate inclinations of up to 0.15 degrees and eliminate gaps of up to 240 microns. When you first set up the Reflex, the printer walks you through the initial leveling process. If the bed needs more adjustment than the automatic system can handle, it'll prompt you to manually adjust using the adjustment screws until it's within range. After that, the floating screen takes care of the rest before every print. After the initial setup, I never had to re-level the bed. Those same sensors also enable real-time peeling force management. The printer analyzes each slice layer, calculates the optimal peeling force, and adjusts automatically. HeyGears calls this their AI-assisted peeling force management system. It also helps prevent parts from detaching, minimizes breakage, and reduces visible layer lines. Finally, the sensors can detect resin residue as small as 0.2 millimeters left in the vat. If debris is detected before a print starts, the printer will automatically stop and warn you. After prints are completed, you can view the full force graph in the slicer software, which we'll take a look at in a minute. The Reflex uses HeyGears resin cartridge system for automatic resin filling. These 1-liter cartridges slide into a slot at the top of the printer, and the printer monitors the resin level and automatically refills the vat before and during printing. Swapping bottles is easy. Each bottle has a check valve to prevent resin from flowing when you remove it, and there's a suspension button on the side that holds the bottle in place while the last drops of resin drain. The printer also keeps the vat only partially filled using a move-in resin gate, which reduces suction and peeling forces. That's a smart design choice. The Reflex includes a heated resin tray as a standard feature. HeyGears says that it can raise the resin temperature from 50 degrees Fahrenheit to an optimal 73 degrees Fahrenheit in about 20 minutes, and it will maintain that temperature throughout the printing process. This is important because resin viscosity is affected by temperature. If it's too cold, the resin won't flow properly between the layers, leading to print defects. I live in Florida, so the heater never kicked on during my tests, but in colder climates, this would be a huge deal. The vat is easy to slide in and out of the printer, and secured with 2 quick release levers. No more dealing with long screws, just flip up the 2 levers and you're good to go. The integrated spout makes it easy to pour the resin back into the bottles afterwards. Beyond the hardware, the Reflex has several software algorithms working behind the scenes. The 2 most notable are the 3-dimensional anti-aliasing, which smooths the surface both within the print layers and along the Z-axis, and the PIC intelligent recognition, which separately identifies the model and the supports to cure them with different exposure settings, making supports easier to remove while improving surface finish on the actual parts. HeyGears also includes multi-layer exposure compensation and advanced Z-axis compensation for different materials, all running automatically in the background. HeyGears offers an optional pulsing release module, or RPM, for the Reflex. This module integrates directly with the printer and uses high-frequency vibrations to reduce the peeling force by up to 50%. This can allow for faster printing speeds, fewer supports needed, and reduces material consumption. HeyGears does mention that there are some trade-offs with the RPM. The increased speeds can slightly decrease surface details in some parts. I feel that the pulsing release module deserves its own video, so keep an eye out for that coming soon. But for this review, just know that it's an option if you're looking for a way to drastically speed up your prints. If you pick up the Reflex combo, it comes with HeyGears wash and cure stations, and they are excellent. The wash station uses a clever 2-box workflow with IPA. You place your prints in one box, drain the IPA down from the other, set the box on the washing station, and send the job from the slicer. The station then shakes the box with a gentle sloshing action that cleans the prints really effectively. The best part is that you don't need to worry about timing. HeyGears has all the wash settings pre-configured for each resin, and the jobs are sent wirelessly. Once it's done, you drain the dirty IPA away and your prints are ready. The curing station is just as feature-packed. Send your job wirelessly to the curing station and place your parts inside. Many jobs have 2 different configurations, a rapid profile and a performance profile. The rapid profile is a quicker job that generally just uses the 2 wavelength UV LEDs inside of the chamber to cure your parts. The performance mode takes it a step further and turns on the heated chamber. Once the parts come up to temperature, it bakes the parts while also curing under the UV LED lights. The UltraCraft Cure can heat up to 60 to 80 degrees Celsius in its high performance curing mode, which HeyGears describes as an annealing or baking feature. For resins like the PAU10 ABS-like, that temperature range is right at the material's heat deflection temperature, so the bake can meaningfully improve final final part properties. The Reflex uses HeyGears Blueprint Studio Slicer and the Blueprint Go mobile apps. Within Blueprint Studio, you can connect to your printers and post-processing stations and send files wirelessly. Starting a new project, you select the resin type and layer height, and HeyGears provides validated settings for each of the resin types. The slicer handles the rest. There's a one-click slice option that will automatically arrange, orient, repair, add supports, and slice the model, or you can manually run through each step. I really like Blueprint Studio. It has all of the extra helper features that you need: hollowing, hole creation, cloning, and mirroring. The automatic support generation is excellent, and it even has a feature to detect and remove pre-existing supports so you can replace them with their own. Blueprint Studio is also a great printer management tool. You can see the stats of all of your connected printers, start jobs remotely, and dive into detailed statistics about previous prints, including the force curve from the force sensors. The big restriction, just like with the Reflex RS Turbo, is that you don't have direct control over print settings like exposure times or print speeds. You are limited to HeyGears built-in profiles. So if you are using a third-party resin, you'd have to hope that one of HeyGears profiles is close enough. There's also the Blueprint Go app for iOS and Android, which gives you real-time monitoring and push notifications for everything: slicing completion, print finishing, and even wash and cure cycles. You can browse your sliced files and send jobs to your printer remotely. The app worked very well during my tests. HeyGears provides a range of validated resins for the Reflex, covering standard modeling, precise detail, water washable, rapid prototyping, flexible, elastic, ABS-like, high temperature, wear resistant, wax casting, transparent, and design resins. Most come in 1-liter cartridges with RFID chips so that the printer automatically knows what's loaded. For my test, I focused on the PA10 transparent and the PAU10 ABS-like resins. I love transparent resins, and the PAT10 surprised me. Not only did it have amazing clarity, but it also has high toughness, designed for both functional parts as well as parts needing transparency. I could watch the printing all day. It is cool to see the transparent resin being printed. After printing, each batch was washed in HeyGears washing station with 91% isopropyl alcohol for 4 minutes, and then once thoroughly dried, I removed the supports before curing. The supports were generally easy to remove. Larger flat areas could be removed using the scraper, and the remaining could be removed by hand or peeled off with flush cutters. After all the supports were removed, I cured them in the HeyGears curing station in performance mode, which took about 1 hour. As warned in the product description, some of the thinner parts had a slight yellow tint immediately after curing. It took about 24 hours for that tint to completely go away. I wanted to test how transparent this resin could get, so I compared the raw prints against a set sprayed with 3 light coats of clear gloss acrylic, and then another set hand polished with micro mesh pads up to 12,000 grit. Directly off the printer, the parts are translucent with a pleasant frosted crystal effect. The color of the background shines through, but you can't make out specific shapes. Feature details is excellent though, as you can see in this diorama. The acrylic top coat made a world of difference with very little effort. The prints become almost entirely clear. The spheres act like lenses with the background clearly visible through them. The top coat does make the individual layer lines more visible at certain angles, even at 50 micron layers. The polished dice gives the best results. The clarity is impressive. Light reflects through them like a prism. Polishing is time intensive, but the results with the PAT10 can be worth it for showpieces. Most of the prints had little to no bubbles, although my first batch of tests did have some bubble inclusions. If you are going for crystal clear solid prints, give the resin enough time for bubbles to escape before starting your first print. The other resin that I tested on the Reflex is the PAU10. This is HeyGears ABS-like resin with high impact resistance, durability, and toughness. Great for mechanical parts like screws and casings. I liked using this resin for parts that would be handled, like these gearboxes and carabiners. I like the design of the carabiner, where the latch is also the spring return mechanism. I did no post-processing on them. You can always sand down the support marks for a better surface finish. I also used the PAT10 for miniatures that would be handled, like this Gunpla model. This diorama also looks good. Even the thinner details in the crossbow and arrows turned out perfectly. Now I've been singing the Reflex praises, but there are a few things to be aware of. As with the HeyGears other printers, the integrated ecosystem comes with vendor lock-in. The Reflex is designed to work with HeyGears Slicer and HeyGears resin. So while you can pour any resin into the vat, you cannot adjust exposure settings within Blueprint Studios. You're limited to the built-in profiles. For a business looking for a reliable ecosystem that just works, that's not a problem. But for a hobbyist who wants to tinker and experiment with different brands of resins, that's a significant limitation. Sometimes the printer can be just a little too smart. After I moved the printer into the garage, I wanted to use the built-in level adjustment to make sure that the printer was perfectly level. However, it was just slightly too warm in the garage, and it was saying that the ambient temperature was too high to continue, which was weird. It didn't stop me from starting a print in that temperature, but apparently it was just too hot to level the machine. I did run into a few failed prints during my tests, but each failure was from a model that was pre-supported. Once I switched them to use the supports generated by Blueprint Studio, they worked work perfectly. At least the printer gives you features to make the vat cleaning very easy. So in conclusion, I continue to be impressed with HeyGears printers. The HeyGears UltraCraft Reflex is a printer that is focused on delivering consistent, high-quality results with minimal tinkering. The 385nm light source sets it apart from the crowd, enabling the use of more advanced resin materials while delivering excellent light uniformity. The force sensors and AI-assisted force peeling management work behind the scenes to optimize every layer. The automatic bed leveling, auto resin filling, and heated resin tray means less time fiddling with the machine and more time printing. The build quality is solid, the touchscreen interface is extremely responsive, and the Blueprint Studio slicer makes the slicing process accessible even for beginners with its one-click workflow. But the workflow can be expanded to run an entire print farm. My favorite feature is the print bed and mount. The one-lever design makes it easy to lock and unlock the print bed, and I appreciate how you can slide the bed back in tilted to drain the excess resin. HeyGears really thought of each step of the process to make it more convenient and reliable. If you're looking for a resin printer that just works with no tinkering of profiles needed, then I highly recommend the HeyGears Reflex printer. The HeyGears UltraCraft Reflex is currently on sale for $979 at the time of recording, down from the regular price of $1,399. If you want the Reflex combo with both the wash and curing stations, you can pick that up for $1,977. If you want the Reflex with the pulsing release module, that'll be $1,531. The resin prices are actually pretty reasonable. 1 liter of the PAU10 resin is $50, and you can pick up their standard PAS10 resin for as low as $30 per liter. The PAT10 resin is a little more on the pricier side. It's out of stock currently, so there's no sales price, but at full price, 1 liter would cost $89. Prices can fluctuate, so be sure to check the links in the description for the current prices and the latest discount codes. For $979, you're getting a printer with a 385nm light source, automatic bed leveling, auto resin filling, a heated resin tray, force sensors with residue detection, and a validated ecosystem of resin profiles. Compared to other prosumer resin printers of this size, this is a great price and I could highly recommend it. So thank you all for watching my review of the HeyGears UltraCraft Reflex 3D printer. What was your favorite feature? What features do you think it's missing? Let me know in the comments below. I have plenty of upcoming projects and reviews, so be sure to subscribe to Hoffman Engineering so you don't miss out on those videos coming soon. If you are interested in HeyGears other printers, check out my recent review of the Reflex RS Turbo. That might just be the printer you're looking for. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.